And I said, no, I don't get the message. I said, because I come from the lifting background. We did not just try to lift the weight 5 times and then after I couldn't lift it, after the 5th time I gave up. I said, there will be no world champions. If you will give up after 5 times trying. In sports, you try and you try and you try, and sometimes you fail 10 times, and the 11th time I lifted my 500-pound bench press in front of 2,000 people at the German championships. So we should never give up. And this is why I always tell people, yes, it is a struggle to move forward our agenda, but never ever give up. We got to fight and march forward, and that's why I talk very heavily about vision. Because when you have a vision, it is so much fun to fight the war and to fight those battles and to move forward. People always ask me in bodybuilding, how could you train every day 5 hours in the gym? And I said, I looked forward to the next set and to the next rep, to do the next 20 sit-ups, the next 50 squats, the next 100 chin-ups, because I knew every rep meant to get one step closer to accomplishing my vision and to turn it into reality. And that's why it is so much fun when you have a vision. That's why I always tell people, have a vision and then go after that vision and learn how to sell that vision. For me, it was not really unusual to work on construction, but it is deep in my heart at the same time, because otherwise you couldn't do that for that many years. You cannot fake your way through that many years. And let me tell you, and people say, well, wait a minute, how did you do that? I said, I only sleep 6 hours a day. And then I have 18 hours left for work to make enough money so I could live, to work out 5 hours a day for the world championships in bodybuilding, and to go to school, to go to university, and to go to acting classes at night from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight 3 times a week. I did all of those things simultaneously. And for progress and for improving myself and educating myself and participate and serve the country, serve the people and serve myself and do my sports and all of those kind of things. So we just have to look at it. This is only if you're a little bit more intense about all of these things. If you're an ordinary person, there's only one life. This is not a dress rehearsal, this is the real thing. So let's go all out with everything. And so I go always all out. And, until I fall over, until I'm 6 feet under. So
everyone wants to know if you still pump iron.
I still pump iron pretty much every day, and I do cardiovascular work, bicycling or running or different swimming or whatever. Because that's what I've done all my life, with everything that I've done. That's what I did with bodybuilding. I didn't just lift weights, but I wanted to lift the entire sport. I wanted to make sure that everyone enjoys lifting and being fit and feeling strong. So I wrote books on fitness. I did documentaries, like Pumping Iron. Gave seminars, served on the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. Did anything and everything to teach people about fitness. I wanted to create a fitness revolution. And it worked. There are more gymnasiums today around the world than ever before. I didn't want to just be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the best bodybuilder of all times. The first rule is trust yourself. What I mean by that is so many young people are getting so much advice from their parents and from the teachers and from everyone. But what is most important is that you have to dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who. And I'm talking about not what your parents and teachers want you to be, but you. I'm talking about figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people. And of course, rule number 2 is break the rules. We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules. My wife has a t-shirt that says, well-behaved women rarely make history. Well, I don't want to burst her bubble, but the same is true with man. It is impossible to be a maverick or a true original if you're too well behaved and don't want to break the rules. You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe. After all, what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? The only way that I ever got any place was the breaking some of the rules. The rule number 3, don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail.
In the movie business, I remember that you pick scripts. Many times you think this is a winning script, but then of course you find out later when you do the movie that it didn't work, and the movie goes in the toilet. Now we have seen my movies, Red Sonja, Hercules in New York, Last Action Heroes, those movies went in the toilet. But that's okay, because at the same time I made movies like Terminator and Conan and True Lies and Predator and Twins that went through the roof. So you can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear or failure, or you will never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. Which brings me to rule number 4, which is don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, how many times have you heard that you can't do this, you can't do that, and it's never been done before? As a matter of fact, I love it when someone says that no one has ever done this before, because then when I do it, that means that I'm the first one that has done it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. I always listen to myself and say, yes, you can. And that brings me to rule number 5, which is the most important rule of all. Work your butt off. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. I never wanted to lose a competition or lose an election because I didn't work hard enough. I always believed leaving no stone unturned. Muhammad Ali, one of my great heroes, had a great line in the 70s when he was asked, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting. When I feel pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. That's what makes you a champion. That's the way it is with everything. No pain, no gain. But this is going to be a piece of cake for you. Trust God, you're prepared for the future with this tremendous education you've got. This is going to be exciting. It's a great adventure, and this is a new phase in your life. This is going to be awesome. So many of those lessons that I apply in life, I've learned from sports, let me tell you, and especially that one. And let me tell you, it is important to have fun in life, of course, but when you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that. Now, if you want to coast through life, don't pay any attention to any of those rules. And if you want to win, there's absolutely no way around hard work. None of my rules, by the way, of success will work unless you do. I've always figured out that there's 24 hours a day. You sleep 6 hours, and you have 18 hours left. Now, I know there's some of you out there now and says, well, wait a minute, I sleep 8 hours or 9 hours. Well, then just sleep faster, I would recommend. Because you only need to sleep 6 hours, then you have 18 hours left, and there's a lot of things you can accomplish. As a matter of fact, Ted Turner used to say always, early to bed, early to rise, work like hell, and advertise. And of course, all you know, you know already those things, because otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here today. Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in a pocket. And that takes me to rule number 6, which is a very important rule. It's about giving back. Whatever path that you take in your lives, you must always find time to give something back. Something back to your community, give something back to your state or to your country. And my father-in-law, Sergeant Shriver, who is a great American, truly great American, who started the Peace Corps, the Job Corps, legal aid to the poor. He said at Yale University to the students at the commencement speech, tear down that mirror. Tear down that mirror that makes you always look at yourself. And you will be able to look beyond that mirror, and you will see the millions of people that need your help. Let me tell you something, reaching out and helping people will bring you more satisfaction than anything else you've ever done. We're known for their fighting spirit, refusal to give up, the ability to overcome great odds. Never lose that optimism and that fighting spirit. Never lose the spirit of Troy.
Thank you very much. I'll be back. Thank you.